guys, it's Peyton, and today I am going to be telling you what I read in March of 2018. I read 7 books this month, and I'm very happy with myself because that is a lot more than I normally do. And I've been having a very good reading year so far, and that has not been happening for a while because reading slumps. But now it's happening again, and I'm just very happy. And I had so much fun with what I read this month. Before I begin this video, I wanted to let you know about something really cool. So Gabe, the growth director for Page Habit, contacted me and told me about this giveaway he's hosting for a Kindle Paperwhite, Page Habit boxes, books, and a lot of other things, which sounds pretty cool to me. I want that. Though I do already have a Kindle Paperwhite, I really love it. So I will provide a link in the description for this giveaway so you can try to win, because if I were you, I would want to win. And now that I've told you about that, let's just go ahead and get into the books that I read this month. The first book I read was The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. I picked this one up because I recently read Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli, which was adapted into the Love, Simon movie, and I loved it so much. Me, Brittany, and Books, and A Reader's World should be having a live show discussing the book-to-movie adaptation and the book, which will be happening very soon. So look out for that in your subscription boxes. I give this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I couldn't really give it a 5 out of 5 stars for some reason. I really enjoyed it, but I did like Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda better. Though this book was very relatable because it's about a girl named Molly who has had 26 crushes but has never done anything about it because she's too scared of rejection. It has a very diverse family. She has 2 moms and her sister has a girlfriend, and there's just so much that's great about this book. But in the end, I just had to give it a 4 out of 5 stars because I just didn't feel that same passion for it like I did for Simon. The next book I read was Restore Me by Tahira Mafi. This is the 4th book in the Shatter Me series. Here's all my tabs. I really loved it. I don't know if you can see this. I loved this book. I flew through it. I read it very quickly. So I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I highly enjoyed this book. I love these characters so much, and it is about a girl who has a lethal touch, and she is thrown into an asylum for this. I've been talking about this a lot recently, this series, so you can watch my past videos if you want more explanations about what this is about, because I feel like I keep talking about it. Tahira Mafi has some beautiful writing, and she did not disappoint with this book. So I loved Restore Me so much I had to reread Shatter Me. I read this book so many years ago. I think I read it in freshman year, and I'm a junior now. Here's my tabs. I didn't tab it before, I believe, but now it's tabbed, and I loved this book more than I believe I did the first time. Something about my reread just made me connect with this book and the characters on a different level that I really wasn't able to before. So I'm really glad I picked up Restore Me and realized I needed to reread this series because I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars, and I just did not realize I love these books as much as I did. And I'm mad at myself for not realizing it until now how much I love these books. They're so freaking good. Then I reread another book in this series, Unravel Me by Tahira Mafi. I loved it. This book I remembered the least from the series, so I was so excited to go ahead and reread this and tab the crap out of it, and I'm having so much fun tabbing. Like, it's great. I have no idea what my favorite book is in the series at this point because I just love them all right now. Maybe I'll figure it out. So I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars because Tahira Mafi has my soul right now. It's a really close connection, though she doesn't know who I am. But I will meet her one day. That is what I believe in my heart. So I would have read Ignite Me after this, but I did read it last month, so I just felt a bit crazy if I reread that, and then I would want to reread Restore Me, which I read this month, and I just knew this would like be a bad cycle that I just keep continuing, so I had to stop. I had to. So I read something else, and the book I read was for School Anthem by Ayn Rand. This is a dystopian novel. It's more of a novella because it's very short. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't bad, but it really wasn't something I would have picked up on my own. It was about this world set in the future where no one is an individual and they call themselves we because they don't know what the word I means, and if they did say the word I, they would be burned at the stake. So this follows a dude who is trying to understand what this all means and what it means to be an individual in this crazy world where that is not something you can be. So it was decent, but it wasn't what I wanted to read at the moment, so that's why it's only 3 stars. Let's go on to the next book I read. It's another book I do not own because I listened to it on audiobook from Overdrive, which I really recommend you audiobook things from Overdrive with your library. I've discovered it and it's great. It's great right now. Hidden Bodies by Caroline Kepnes. This is the second book in the You series, which the first book is You by Caroline Kepnes. I read You last month and I said I probably wasn't going to read this book, but then I did. And I gave it a 2 out of 5 stars. And my reasons for probably not going to read it was I didn't think it was going to be good because I've read so many bad reviews just saying it was not the same. It didn't have the same magical feel of the first book where it had the second person point of view of a stalker named Joe Goldberg and you felt like you were the person being stalked. It was just a very creepy vibe, but this one was not told in second person. It just did not have the same feel of the first book that I enjoyed so much. This one was just okay, and I really wish there had been more to it. It just wasn't what I wanted in the second book. And I don't know if this is a continuing series or if this is just a duology. If there is going to be a third book, I think I will check it out, but I'm kind of worried. I know Caroline Kepnes can do it though, because the first book was so good. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, but this one just did not live up. It hit the second book syndrome of not good. And the last book I read this month was one I absolutely loved. I finished it last night at 2 in the morning, so technically I didn't finish it this month because it's April 1st right now. Happy Easter, yeah. Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. 5 out of 5 stars, all my favorite parts. I loved this book. And I mentioned this book in my book haul and how I didn't really know how to explain it because I didn't know anything about it. Now I know things about it, so I could explain this book to you. This is a book about a girl named Zaylee who is living in a world without her mother and without magic. Her world used to have magic before one day it was ripped away, and with that, her mother was killed alongside it. It also has 2 other point of views. One is Princess Amari, who runs away from her kingdom. Macy, shut up. And Anon, Amari's brother, who is the enemy prince that is essentially chasing after Amari and Zaylee when they collide each other's paths and they go on a journey to bring magic back. This book was epic and I did not find a single moment where I was bored. The world was so fleshed out. The characters developed so realistically. I mean, like, there's no magic, but like, you know, like, realistically, like, yes, it did. I loved the relationships that were built and I loved the magic system and everything about the world just really intrigued me and I just wanted to keep reading so I could know more. And I cared so much about the characters, I just wanted to make sure they were okay. I did not want anything bad to happen to them. I cannot wait for the movie that's coming out for this because it's going to be epic. I know it. Like, if it's done well, as this book was, it's going to be so awesome. And this book is going to be a trilogy. I cannot wait for the second book. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I almost passed this book up. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it, but I loved it and it's beautiful. If you are in a fantasy mood, this is the book you need right now. It's so diverse. There's not a single white character, I believe. It's just all dark skin and it's wonderful, wonderful, wonderfulness. Tomi Adeyemi has definitely made herself an auto-buy author for me. I will pick up all of her books no matter what because this was so well done. And she actually has a YouTube channel and she has given some writing advice and she's very inspiring and I want to be her. If I could write like she does, my life would be complete. Oh, I'm sweating because it's so hot in my room. But those are all the books that I read this month, I believe. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to tell me down below what you read this month or if you read any of these books. Tell me if you liked them if you did. Like this video, comment down below. Have a good day. Please subscribe. Make sure to follow me on all of my social medias and also click the bell button, which is right by the subscribe button, which you should have already clicked, and goodbye.